Hi guys, Robo46 and welcome to round 6 of Robo's Racing League on MotoGP 15. This week we're racing at Brno on the Moto2s. Let's see how the qualifying went. It was one racer on pole, closely followed by Emil in second. Dylan was third. Pistol racing this week, he was fourth, I was fifth, R Morland sixth, GSXR Matt in seventh, Morland 97 eighth, the Postman in ninth, and Biker in 10th. So, let's get on with the race. Brandy Scales did join through qualifying, so he didn't actually get to qualify, but yeah, he is racing. So, second row for me this time. I do like the Brno circuit. There's only one kind of dodgy corner on this track, on the Moto2s. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes during the race. So here we go. Off the line, an okay start. Wasn't too bad, wasn't too great. It was pretty average, to be honest. But yeah, still in 5th place at the moment. Into the first corner. Nice tidy line through there. As we come out of here, we flick left. And, there's already a little gap between this group and the front group. Someone go really deep into there. People all over the place. 4th at the moment, now 5th, now 4th again. And we've caught up to the front group again. They point 2 up to one racer who's in 3rd at the moment. Trying to stay with him. And a crash there. That was Emil crashing out there. Bit wide there from me, lost a place. And got it back. So this next corner we're coming up to is the really dodgy corner. It's not as dodgy on the Moto2s, on the MotoGP bikes it's like really dodgy, but if you're going there too hot and too wide, then you just go, someone just crashed there. That was the Postman. Trying to get up the inside into 3rd place. Back down to 4th. On the curb, lost shitloads of drive there because my bike was bobbling all up and down. Not good. And then went a bit wide there because my rear wheel came off the ground, couldn't get it turned. And into the final corner for the first time. Wide again. That was the end of the first lap. So 5th place at the moment. To 4th again. Pistol just set the fastest lap. Now 4th again still. Still got 2 people right behind me. Feeling pretty good at the moment. I was pretty happy with my pace. Just obviously making a couple of mistakes in the first lap. Decent line out of here, trying to close up onto the back of Pistol, who's in 3rd at the moment. Dylan moves into the lead. Went a bit wide here. Just let our Morland through. Trying to get back past him as soon as. Getting a slipstream, but obviously you need to take into account the next corner is the dodgy one, so need to brake a little bit earlier. You can see the rear just trying to go completely. Up the hill. Much better out of there this time. Didn't go on the curb, didn't lose a load of drive. A little bit wide again there. Now we start lap 3. Still in 5th place. Trying to get underneath Armolandes, he went a little bit wide. Up the inside, went a little bit wide again. Emil went wide as well. Back up to 4th. The lead group got about 2nd lead now. Went wide into there, followed Emil out 2 wide. Armolan came back underneath, went underneath Emil. He came back round the outside. So 6th place at the moment. Then up to 5th with good drive. Now 4th place, pulling away a little bit. Back down to 6th. Armolan for some reason using Alex Marquez, no idea why, as he does what Alex Marquez does a lot and crashes out. Now we are 5th again. That's the end of lap 3. Half a second behind Emil now. Lap 5, not much really happened on lap 4. Brandy Scales was catching me, went a little bit wide there. But yeah, he was right behind me. I put it in completely the wrong gear. We go uphill. He's getting quicker as the race was going. Basically 2 seconds up to 4th place now. Went too wide then. Brandy Scales comes through. And I get a better exit out the last corner. Get to use his slipstream as well. Kind of, anyway. To the first corner. And then a little bit too hot, went wide. So did he. And back into 5th place. But the battle was not over. As he goes up the inside, goes a bit wide. So I cut back underneath. Get a slightly better exit, although I did clip the curb, which did lose me a bit of drive, which meant that he could mount an attack, and he went back through into 5th place. Trying to get up the inside of him, and I do momentarily. The last thing I wanted him to do was stop pulling away now. So yeah, definitely had to try and stay with him. In his slipstream. Into the dodgy corner. Close up a little bit. Up the inside, went a little bit wide. Comes back underneath. And we go uphill. The postman unfortunately disconnecting. To the penultimate corner. Trying to close back in on him. Now I have to use a slipstream for sure. Closing and closing and closing. First corner I went a bit wide, he managed to keep it nice and tight, but then he drifted a bit wide, managed to close in a bit. back on him. Would I be able to get past him though? Drifted wide on the exit to that corner, so I managed to shove it up the inside. He gets a slightly better drive. So still in 6th place at the moment. Up the inside again. At the moment, staying in 5th place. He tries to go around the outside but loses a bit of time going wide. Start our descent and then start our ascent back uphill. He's still on the back of me. Using the slipstream into here, and disaster for Brandy Scales as he crashes. And the brake's a bit too late, obviously with that added slipstream. And in there too hot. So we're at the end of lap 7 and it was starting to look good. We were actually starting to close in on the group ahead of us. They were 2.4 seconds ahead now, so not too far. We've got a pretty big lead from Brandy now, who's in 6th. And then we start lap 8. Fucking lap 8. Oh, lap 8, how I remember you. For all the wrong reasons. So at the moment, things are going well. Things are going really well. Feeling nice and comfortable. The gap ahead was like slightly coming down. So I was actually slightly catching them. Got into a good rhythm. And I was feeling good. I was kind of thinking to myself, yeah, 5th place, that's fine. 2.3, so come down a 10th. Even if it was a 10th a sector, I wasn't really going to catch him, but at least I'm showing I got some pace. Can't imagine anything going wrong at all. But then into this corner, my controller decides to completely spaz out, and this happens. I look down at my controller, the fucking Xbox buttons flashing, and then almost actually quit the game by accident. And now I'm down in 8th place. So because of my controller, which I actually had plugged in as well, because I know that sometimes it does that, and usually having it plugged in stops that happening. But no, it decided to do it anyway, and just as I was looking really comfortable and feeling really comfortable, that happens, and now I'm down in fucking 8th place. Was not happy at all. GSXR Matt was in 7th. I don't know what the gap is at the moment, but it'll tell us in a minute. I think it's like 2 point something seconds. All on like 7 crashes. So 3.4 seconds I had to try and make, and I got like 2 laps to try and do it in, which wasn't good. So because of that bullshit, we're going to head over to One Racer now with his battle pistol at the front. He's in the lead at the moment. Got pistol right behind him. That's who the arrow is. This is of course the final lap. Lap 10. He would take it. Pistol had been getting quicker and quicker, setting fastest lap after fastest lap. When would he try and overtake? Still over the back of him. Not showing him anything yet apart from the arrow. Oh, there he goes. Up the inside. Not quite managing to do it. Tries to get a better exit. But again, not quite managing it. And then start the last few corners of the track. and it was into this downhill sector that Pistol went for it completely sideways, and yeah, the inevitable happened and he crashed out. So he completely just lost the rear, trying to go in there way too hot. And it was looking like it was going to be another win for one racer, who now had a comfortable lead over Pistol, 2.4 seconds. Just one corner left to go. And that was him done. One racer taking the win. I'll just cut back for my battle. I had 1.4 seconds to try and close in on Matt, who's just ahead now. So I actually closed in 2 seconds in a couple of laps, but it's looking like it's going to be too little too late, because my controller decided to completely fuck up. So yeah, definitely wasn't happy after this race. It's a second now, another lap, and I definitely would have got Matt. Unfortunately, it wasn't meant to be. Tried my best, he went really wide on the last corner. And there we go, one racer taking the win from Pistol. Emil in third, Dylan fourth, Brandy in fifth, R. Morland sixth, Matt in seventh, me eighth, Biker ninth. And then you had Morland 97 in 10th, and the Postman in 11th, who unfortunately had his disconnect. Let's have a look at the championship. One racer extends his lead yet again with 133 points, ahead of Emil in second with 110. I, Dylan, in third with 101 points. I'm still in fourth with 71 points, but closed in by R. Morland in fifth with 69. Brandy Scales 6th with 54 points, Biker in 7th with 47, Morland 97 in 8th with 40, Matt closing in 9th with 38, Pistol goes into 10th with his 20 points, ahead of the Postman, who's in 11th with 20 points. And the second page we got N-Jerk in 12th with 16 points, I Am Cyborg in 13th with 13 points, Typical Mikey 14th with 10 points, Colonel Carlos 15th with 9 points, and in 16th place is Chand with 5 points. So that was that race. It was all going so well until my controller decided it was going to just be a complete fucking retard, and it just spazzed out, and there was nothing I could do. And as you saw, I almost quit the game by accident as well, trying to get the controller to reconnect. But the next race will be at Silverstone this Friday at 8:30 again. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave this video a like, subscribe to my channel for more content, and I shall see you guys in the next video. See you!